looking directly at my bones sticking out.
Johnny Depp's lawyers suggest the actor might not make Amber Heard pay $10.3 million in damages she owes him. According to Team Depp, the money is only secondary. Ben Chu's latest statement indicates that Team Depp and Team Heard might enter into a settlement instead of dealing with the damages to be paid. Why would they try to settle? Keep watching to learn more. Last week, a Virginia jury handed down a crushing decision against Amber Heard, ruling that she owed Johnny Depp $15 million in damages for defaming him. Jurors also ruled against Depp on one claim, ordering him to pay her $2 million. Fairfax County Judge Penny Askerit reduced Heard's liability to $10.3 million, citing Virginia laws that limit punitive damages in defamation cases. But Heard's lawyer, Elaine Redehoff, told Savannah Guthrie on NBC's Today Show that her client simply couldn't afford to pay Depp that much. Johnny Depp's attorney, Benjamin Chu, suggested on Wednesday that Amber Heard might not have to pay the money after all. When asked by Good Morning America host George Stephanopoulos if Depp would agree to a settlement in which Heard agrees not to appeal the case in exchange for Depp waiving any monetary damages, Chu hinted that it was an option. "Obviously, we cannot disclose any attorney-client communications," Chu said. However, as Mr. Depp testified, and as we both made clear in our respective closings, this was never about money for Mr. Depp. This was about restoring his reputation, which he has done. Askerit stated earlier this month that she would not issue an order reflecting the jury verdict until June 24th, giving Depp and Heard a little more than 2 weeks to reach an agreement about the case's future. Depp and Heard could reach an agreement before then, in which case Askerit could sign off on it rather than issuing the jury verdict against both of them. The settlement agreement could include a waiver of damages if Heard does not appeal any aspects of the case. The parties may also agree to exclude some of the defamation claims from the verdict or to reduce or eliminate the damages owed to each other. Depp and Heard could also agree to simplify the payments by having Heard pay Depp $8.35 million rather than $10.35 million, and Depp pay Heard $2 million in separate transactions. Askerit stated in court on the day of the jury verdict that she plans to hold a hearing on June 24th, where she expects to either sign a settlement agreement or hear oral arguments from each side about the verdict. Heard has 30 days after signing the order to file a notice of appeal with the Virginia State Appellate Court. Jurors have seen contemporaneous therapy notes, pictures of a bruise on Heard's face, and text messages from Depp, including one in which he admitted that he effed up and went too far in our fight, in addition to Heard's testimony, which has gone into graphic detail of several alleged assaults. The couple's therapist, who was called by Depp's lawyers, also testified that they engaged in mutual abuse and that she gave as good as she got, which if true would be detrimental to Depp's case. According to a source close to Depp's side, he had a number of legal options available to him, but declined to speculate on why he chose to sue for defamation rather than breaching the settlement. Depp would be able to recover a higher damages award for defamation than for breach of contract, according to Lee Berlick, a Virginia defamation lawyer who has written about the case Depp is suing for $50 million, claiming that the op-ed cost him a sixth Pirates of the Caribbean film. Berlick also suggested that the op-ed was vague enough not to violate the agreement. Another consideration is that the settlement agreement included an arbitration clause, which would have kept the dispute private. Any breach claim would have been heard by Louis Messenger, a retired judge who has mediated a number of high-profile cases, including a sexual misconduct lawsuit against James Franco. Heard became a public figure representing domestic abuse, according to the final draft. If Heard were to go to trial for violating the agreement, her lawyers would almost certainly argue that the op-ed was not about the couple's marriage or divorce, or her domestic violence allegations, but rather about the public reaction to those allegations. However, the non-discrimination language is quite broad, encompassing even implied negative statements. Heard could have accused Depp all over again if she had placed her experience in the context of the #MeToo movement. A Virginia judge, Bruce White, ruled in 2020 that the op-ed implied a potentially defamatory meaning, namely that Depp abused Heard, despite the fact that it did not explicitly say so, and it's possible that an arbitrator would reach the same conclusion. Heard's attorneys are now attempting to persuade the jury that the op-ed did not imply a defamatory meaning, but rather made accurate statements about the backlash Heard faced. If the jurors agree, they will not have to consider who is telling the truth in order to dismiss Depp's lawsuit. As a backup, they claim that Heard's allegations of abuse are true. If the jury agrees or decides that Depp hasn't proven them false by a preponderance of evidence, Heard will also win. The couple's attorneys found a way to avoid answering these questions in the divorce settlement without revealing the truth. The terms stipulated that a joint statement be issued on the couple's behalf, stating that neither party has made false allegations for financial gain. There was no intention of causing physical or emotional harm. The statement left open the possibility that Depp was violent, assuming only that there was no intent, and that Heard was lying about it, assuming only that she wasn't lying for financial gain. On the witness stand, Depp stated that the statement was written by lawyers and expressed his dissatisfaction with it. "I was advised not to fight it," he explained. "I didn't really have a choice." The statement's final line now reads as if it were written in a different universe. No further public statements will be made on this subject. Will the two parties reach a settlement? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe for more interesting updates on all things pop culture.